Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I do appreciate that, and as always, I appreciate you. So, what I have here says freak hailstorm destroys 50 homes and injures dozens in Zimbabwe. Now it says sometimes Mother Nature is passive aggressive, throwing a horrifying curveball out of the clear blue sky, something that you can never see coming. Now it says something that you probably didn't even know was possible. On November 15th, more than 10 people were injured and rushed to a central hospital after their homes collapsed following an apocalyptic night hailstorm that left 50 families homeless. In Zimbabwe. I'm not going to try to pronounce those cities. I apologize, but it says the 1 hour-long hailstorm also destroyed properties in Pumula South and other suburbs, with the roofs of some houses being blown away. A real disaster. Now you can see this picture here of all the roofs and buildings that have been destroyed and just blown around by this freak hailstorm. Now it says that the hailstorm started just after 9 p.m. and lasted approximately 1 hour. Said first came the strong winds, then loud noises from the outside. Before residents started to understand what was going on, the doors and roofs were blown away and the walls started shaking and bricks started falling. Now it says 50 houses were completely annihilated and had crumbled down, leaving 50 families homeless. It says the apocalyptic situation was worsened by power outages. Now, let's just be honest here. I mean, these don't seem like the most well-built structures and buildings as well. No, I'm not, trying to bash anyone or like that, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't. What I meant by that was, it doesn't look like these buildings were really built to withstand such strong winds and devastating hail or whatnot. So, but my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to all those families that have lost their houses and everyone that had to go through this freak hailstorm. But it goes on to say that the resident said he received an urgent phone call that his house had collapsed and buried his wife and child. He found him alive at a hospital, luckily. So that's nice that at least that situation turned out in a positive way. But look at see what I'm saying by it looks like the buildings themselves, not built too bad, but the roof. Look at the roofs. I mean, they're basically just held on with boards on most of these, and these like metal roofs is what it looks like. So I can understand why they weren't able to withstand such a hailstorm and strong winds, but thankfully I don't think any deaths were reported, right? I don't believe so. It seems like it was just injuries, so that's a little bit of good news. Now, it said Central Hospital Public Relations Officer said that 10 adults and an unspecified number of children were rushed to the hospital after being injured in the hailstorm. It says the injured suffered small tissue injuries and were treated before being discharged. The hospital also dismissed rumors that 2 people died at the hospital due to hailstorm-related injuries. So, again, it looks like there was no deaths in this situation, but my thoughts and prayers still go out to all these families that that tragically lost their homes and their roofs were blown away and their houses were destroyed. So it goes on to say that more than 50 households were left homeless after their houses collapsed. Several were injured. Let's see here, and you can see, and they also lost power. You can see some of the power lines kind of bent over. And just, house after house, the roofs are gone, walls were destroyed. It says that although many houses have been badly built, that must have been a terrifying hailstorm in Zimbabwe. So I agree. I mean, this is just a terrifying and tragic situation. Thankfully, no loss of life in this instance. So I guess that's one thing that you can definitely be thankful for. Yes, it sucks that they lost their houses and now that there's 50 families are homeless, unfortunately. But thankfully there was no loss of life. Now, if there is any more updates, but as you can just see how many roofs were blown away, 50 houses destroyed. If there's any updates to the story, I'll definitely get those out to you guys. But other than that, I think that's where we're going to leave it here. So thanks for watching these videos and supporting the channel. You know, we're growing every day, and that's because of every single one of you that watches these videos, and I appreciate that, and you very much. But other than that, be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. I hope you have a great day. Peace.